hundreds of thousands of years ago, in the caves of Zhaokudian, primitive humans control fire for the first time. The struggle for survival begins amidst dark forests and wild animals. As the Ice Age ends, people leave the caves and settle. Along the Yellow River, the first millet fields are planted, and the art of painted pottery leaves the first marks of civilization. Around 2500 BC, society becomes complex. Longshan people build high walls and produce technological marvels: pitch black, glossy, eggshell-thin pottery. The legendary Yellow Emperor Huangdi gathers the scattered warrior tribes along the Yellow River under one roof, laying the political and cultural foundation of Chinese civilization. Empress Wu, while sitting under a mulberry tree in her garden, unspools silk fibers from a cocoon that fell into her teacup, starting the silk weaving that would dominate the world for millennia. Let us witness how the fate of a river, the fate of a people, and the determination of one man intertwined, and how a dynasty was born. Here, we understand how Great Yu transformed into a legend by harnessing the destructive power of nature to serve humanity. Great Yu, working for 13 years to stop the deadly floods of the Yellow River, drains the water to the sea by digging massive canals and establishes China's first official dynasty, Xia, with the people's gratitude. Shang priests cracked turtle shells and fire to read the will of the gods. The symbols engraved on these cracks become the earliest ancestors of Chinese writing. The last Shang king, Di Xin, falls in love with the legendarily beautiful but cruel Daji, indulging in luxury in palaces with lakes of wine, while his people starve. The virtuous Zhou leader Wu unites the tribes and defeats the Shang army at the Battle of Mai. King Di Xin sets himself on fire with his treasures, ending the dynasty. Zhou kings declare they have received the mandate of heaven. They established China's first major feudal system by distributing land to nobles gathered in the palace square. Amidst political turmoil, the sage Confucius teaches morality and loyalty to his students under a willow tree as philosophies that will forever change China's mindset begin to flourish. As central authority collapses, China divides into 7 great states. Technology shifts from bronze to iron, and massive armies clash to rule all of China. Ending the warring states period, Qin Shi Huang declares himself the first emperor. He unifies the 7 kingdoms under one flag while standardizing weights, currency, and writing. To stop nomadic raids from the north, the emperor connects previously built walls into a massive defense line. Thousands of workers raise the world's largest structure on mountain peaks. Fearing death, the emperor buries thousands of clay soldiers underground, each with a unique face, to protect him in the afterlife. The Silk Road carried not only silk and horses, but also the arts and riches it encompassed. As China encountered the world beyond its walls, it was also experiencing an enlightenment. Within itself, the stability of the Han Dynasty paved the way for some of history's most brilliant inventions and cultural achievements. Now, it is witnessing an invention that will change the very end, and a history that will never allow the past to be lost. CSI Lan, an official in the Han court, produces the first real paper by mixing tree bark and old rags. This invention changes the world by allowing knowledge to move from bamboo sticks to light pages. The capital Tianjin becomes the largest and wealthiest city in the world, in palaces with vast gardens. Poets, musicians, and scientists produce the most elegant examples of Chinese art. A massive fleet on the Yangtze River is engulfed in flames as the strategic genius Zhuge Liang turns the wind. Unified, smaller armies engulf the tyrant Cao's massive force in fire. Three legendary warriors under blooming peach trees, Liu Bei, Guan Yu, and Zhang Fei, swear an oath to remain brothers until death, to protect the people and save the empire. The wise Zhuge Liang sits on the city walls with a feather fan. Stopping the enemy with a single musical note, he proves to the world that intelligence is superior to brute force. The Tang capital Chang'an becomes the world's largest city, with a population of 1 million. Arab, Persian, and Indian merchants from the Silk Road gather in markets, filled with silk and spices. Wu Zetian, the first and only woman to sit on the throne in Chinese history, rules the empire with her intelligence and iron fist. She takes the power of women in society and the grandeur of art to its peak. Wise poets Li Bai and Du Fu write their poems by the river, under the moonlight, as Chinese literature and painting produce the most elegant examples that will not be forgotten for millennia. Towards the end of the Tang Dynasty, in the 800s AD, 9th century Chinese alchemists accidentally invent gunpowder while searching for the elixir of immortality in their laboratories. Although this explosive mixture was initially just a matter of curiosity, it ignited the fuse of a fire that would radically change human history. This revolutionary secret is carried to the Arab world and then to Europe via the Silk Road. Caravans setting out from China carry not only silk and spices, but also the formula for this destructive power that will shake the world on an intercontinental journey, forever changing the nature of war. This technology reaches its peak during the Song Dynasty. Gunpowder arrows and the first cannons begin to roar on the battlefields. Chinese civilization now guides the world, not only with its philosophy, but also with its engineering. From the first fire by the Yellow River to the world shaking, Invention of gunpowder. Chinese civilization, like a river, flowing uninterrupted for thousands of years, shaped the soul with its philosophy and the world with its engineering. On this journey, we only saw the foundations, the wisdom of Confucius, the ambition of the first emperor, and the grandeur of the Silk Road.